You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Days fans. Well, if you are angry that EJ DiMera jailed Tate Black for no good reason, I have good news for you. The teenager is soon going to be out of the halfway house, but he's then going to try and get into the DiMera house to get his hands on Holly Jonas. This is about to get interesting because you know EJ is going to lose it. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to dive into this, but first, please click subscribe if you haven't. So you've seen right now, Tate Black is in a halfway house, even though he's not been convicted of anything, nor is he an addict or a felon or anything, but he's been forced to sit in meetings and counseling sessions designed for teens with addiction issues. The one who really belongs there is Holly Jonas. She has been underage boozing, smoking weed, popping random pills. She's the one that overdosed herself on Clyde's bad batch of pills, despite EJ trying to insist that Tate roofied his stepdaughter. It is all so ironic because it's Holly who is the bad influence on Tate and not Tate being an influence on her. What's really twisted is EJ found out many weeks ago that Holly was the druggie, not Tate. It was mid-January, so almost 2 months ago, that Rafe Hernandez reported back to Salem District Attorney EJ DiMera that witnesses at the kids' school verified that Holly was the one doing drugs and no one had anything to say about Tate and drugs. So even though EJ knew this almost 2 months ago, he did not drop the charges against Tate. And then last week, he started trying to convince Nicole Walker that Tate roofied Holly to get into her pants with no evidence to sustain that, and the fact that he already knew Holly was the druggie, not Tate. EJ, to me, is the worst right now. At this point, I'm really looking forward to Nicole getting her baby back and then EJ being blindsided by the reveal that Jude is Eric Brady's biological son and not his. EJ has tried to destroy this young man Tate's life, knowing he was wrong about it. So no, I don't think EJ deserves another son of his own. That's my opinion. So I've got some really good Tate and Holly spoilers that Days accidentally revealed. They unintentionally posted the weekly promo for next week, the week of March 11th. Then they snatched it back down, but it was a little bit too late. You know, digital lives forever. So there's a giant spoiler for the teens that offers us lots of info. Before I reveal that, though, let me set the stage for you with a few spoilers for later this week. With Holly Jonas back to the land of the living, when she woke up, she still wasn't in the right frame of mind. To Holly, it's still New Year's Eve. She thinks she was waking up January 1st after the party at the bistro, stunned to find out it's months later and she was in a coma. She asked what happened to her, how she overdosed, because initially she couldn't remember. EJ and Nicole told her somebody drugged her. This week, Brady Black wants to talk to Holly to try and jar her memory so she can confirm his son Tate didn't give her any drugs. I'm not certain Nicole is going to let Brady near her daughter. I doubt it. So then Nicole goes really off the ranch this week when she decides to pass EJ's theory about Tate roofing her as fact to her daughter. Nicole tells Holly, Tate Black gave you the drugs. But Holly says, no, he didn't. And it seems Holly gets insistent about it because Tate is on the loose out of the halfway house the week of March 11th. I hope the kid was formally released and he didn't break out. That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. So now I'm going to give you the spoiler for next week that NBC accidentally leaked. It says Tate climbs into Holly's window in the DiMera Mansion, and the other juicy spoiler is that EJ and Nicole catch him in her room. So the big question is whether Tate's climbing in her window to get frisky, to get another kiss, or because he wants to confront her about his arrest, or maybe Tucker just wants to check on her after her coma ordeal and, he hasn't seen her since that awful New Year's Eve. I'm sure Holly Jonas wants to see Tate too. Now that she's gotten over her creepy crush on her now married stepbrother, Johnny DiMera, she is seeing Tate through new eyes. She has kind of a little crush on him. And that kid's a hunk. There's no doubt about it. He's a chip off the old Brady Black block. He looks good. After Holly tells Nicole and EJ the truth about her drug use to clear Tate's name, her mom and stepdad hopefully will back off thinking bad things about Brady and Teresa's son. Still, I cannot imagine they'll be cool with any young man creeping in through her window. They might be more bothered because it's Tate, and especially if Tate has walked out of the halfway house. I really hope he doesn't. We'll see. Because EJ would probably try and throw the book at him for that too, even though this whole darned thing is EJ's fault. The spoiler says EJ and Nicole catch Holly and Tate. That sounds like they might be making out or doing something romantic. I don't know, but it could just be they catch him in her room just hanging out. Maybe the kids just want to talk. And realistically, Holly might be grounded for life once her mom and stepdad know she's been doing drugs. I thought Nicole's reaction to Holly's underage drinking was way too chill. She took her out to eat and didn't even ground her. And yes, I understand Holly was grieving the loss of her infant brother, and basically Nicole bailed on her birthday, which was awful, but Holly doesn't need to think that it's okay to self-medicate with booze when you're sad. So I just wonder if Nicole realizes she should have taken more drastic action the last time she caught her daughter doing something sketchy with a substance she shouldn't have had her hands on. But Nicole didn't. And then a few days later, Holly was overdosing on pills she got from someone sketchy. They definitely need to be doing some better parenting with Holly in that DiMera Mansion rather than trying to shift the blame onto other people for Holly's misdeeds, especially when they know Tate didn't do it. So what do you think about these spoilers? Are you happy to find out that Tate gets out of the halfway house? Do you think EJ has gone too far? And what my big worry is that EJ doesn't drop the charges, even though he should, and maybe Tate escapes from the halfway house to go talk to Holly and say, why are you doing this to me? That's a fair question. It's a fair question to ask why EJ is doing this when he knows the kid didn't do it. Please click subscribe if you haven't. Definitely drop your comments on this Tate and Holly drama and these sizzling news spoilers, and come back soon because we are here talking Days of Our Lives 7 days a week. And as always, I'm Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.